Hello and welcome to NewsLine tonight. I am Claire Adelabu Abdul Rasak, and we're beginning with the news, and thereafter we will return to Jennifer in Lagos. And we begin with ECOWAS matters and with unconstitutional change of government research in West Africa. President Bola Tinubu urges ECOWAS leaders to improve on delivery of good governance to discourage military intervention in the region. Now, as chairman of the bloc, President Tinubu spoke at the 64th ordinary session of the body's Authority of Heads of State and Government held here in Abuja. State House correspondent Musbao Dan Wahab reports.
It is the fourth gathering of the ECOWAS heads of states and governments under the chairmanship of President Bola Tinubu since July this year. As acknowledged, much progress has been recorded in the distance, but so too are the issues militating against the fundamental integration mission of the bloc. On the positive, Liberian President George Weah was the signature of all eyes for his conduct during and after the just concluded presidential election in his country and for conceding defeat afterwards. He was celebrated as a hero of democracy, similar to what former President Goodluck Jonathan did in Nigeria in 2015.
Please give him a standing ovation. By conceding defeat,
the chairman of the bloc is impressed with that development as well as the commitment of other leaders to the political stability and peace in the region. But then, with the military still holding on to power in Niger and the recent upheavals in Sierra Leone and Guinea-Bissau, the situation still leaves a lot to be desired in the region.
the message must go down clearly that we will support a democratically elected government, not unconstitutional exercises without let of hindrance. Democracy must win if we fight for it. And we will definitely fight for democracy.
However, the root causes are already pinpointed, apparently, as President Tinubu suggests a deliberate action to protect democracy. Delivery of good governance is deemed pivotal.
Let me also underscore the need for us as leaders to prioritize good governance for our people, as it serves as a catalyst for socio-economic transformation and development. The delivery of good governance is not just a fundamental commitment, it's also an avenue to address the concerns of our citizens, such as improved quality of life and a stable environment conducive to the achievement of sustainable development. By providing good governance that tackles the challenges of poverty, inequality, and other concerns of the people, we will have succeeded in addressing some of the root causes of military intervention in civilian process in our region.
With the challenges of democratic consolidation, insecurity, climate change, among others, still prominent in the region, the ECOWAS chairman believes the bloc can leverage rich natural and human resources, agricultural potential, and its youthful population to achieve social, political, and economic developments. From the State House, Musbao Dan Wahab, NTA News.
And our correspondent Garba Natala also reports that following the resolution of members of the Authority of Heads of State and Government, a three-man committee has been set up to engage in further diplomacy on restoration of constitutional order in the Republic of Niger, as well as address the security situation in Guinea-Bissau and other transitional countries. Now, he says the decision was contained in a communique delivered by the President of the ECOWAS Commission, Omar Toure, at the end of the 64th Summit of the regional body today.
A committee has been constituted to ensure continued diplomacy with the National Council for the safeguard of the homeland in Niger and to remain determined for a smooth transition to democracy. The committee includes 3 heads of state, namely the presidents of Togo, Sierra Leone and Benin.
Based on the outcomes of the engagement by the Committee of Heads of State with the CNSP, the authority will progressively ease the sanctions imposed on Niger. Failure by the CNSP to comply with the outcomes of the engagement with the committee, ECOWAS shall maintain all sanctions, including the use of force, and will request African Union and all other partners to enforce the targeted sanctions on members of the CNSP and their associates.
Meanwhile, the body welcomes the national referendum in Mali to restore democracy in that country. However, the authority notes with concerns on some of the agreements reached.
The Transition Authority's reluctance to cooperate with ECOWAS in the implementation of transition programs and other activities of interest to the region. The authority deplores the unilateral decisions taken on the implementation of the transitional programs agreed with ECOWAS.
The meeting also agreed for President of Benin to visit Burkina Faso, Guinea and Mali to re-engage the 3 countries for inclusive implementation of the ECOWAS transition program. In Abuja, Muhammad Natala, NTA News.
And away from ECOWAS now, 109 senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria donate their 1-month salaries, which amounts to 109 million naira, to victims of drone missile in Tudunbiri, Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. Now, the Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barau Jibrin, announced this in Kaduna at the Government House when he led a delegation of the Senate to the state. Senator Barau, in a statement by his special advisor, Media and Publicity, Ismail Mudashir, said the money would be sent to the state governor for onward delivery to the victims. The House of Representatives has moved to resumption of plenary from Tuesday, December 12 to December 19, 2023. Now, a statement from the clerk, Dr. Yaya Dansaria, indicates that the change became necessary to enable Committee on Appropriation and subcommittees of the House conclude defense of the 2024 appropriation bill with ministries, departments and agencies of government. Defense of the 27.5 trillion naira proposed 2024 appropriation bill commenced last Monday after President Bola Tinubu presented it to a joint session on the 29th of November 2023. And the House of Representatives says it will be lending legislative support to the next population census. Now, this was made known in Abuja when the National Population Commission had an interaction on its activities with the House Committee on Population. National Assembly correspondent Mitaire Ikben tells us more.
Population statistics aid economic planning and development. As Nigerians await the next population census, the need for deployment of technology that would aid an effective population census as well as accurate data is highlighted at this retreat. Chairman, House Committee on Population Ogunjimi Odimayo advocates meaningful collaboration towards accurate population statistics.
There is a need to ensure that implementation of poverty alleviation programs are driven by current data from the next census.
All the economic indices are based on assumed figure, and this is not good for the country. With what we have seen now, this house, this committee is going to pass this message to the leadership of the house, and we are going to make it a compulsory exercise.
Meanwhile, the House Committee on States and Local Governments at its inaugural sitting has pledged to promote intergovernmental synergy to accelerate grassroots development.
The essence is to promote the spirit of good governance, transparency and accountability in the utilization of scarce national resources for development at the grassroots.
The committee has adopted a work plan to achieve its objectives. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
And the global community has been nudged to deliver on their promises to fund the $100 billion climate financing as COP28 enters its final lap in Dubai. Now, this is part of Nigeria's message at the summit, which also stressed that Africa's plight cannot be ignored. Now, the message was delivered by Minister of Environment, Balarabe Abbas Lawal. Here is Charles Alpha with the report.
Reechoing Nigeria's commitment to work with the global community to achieve the 1.5-degree climate target, Minister of State for Environment, Isiaq Salako, explained to leaders how the African continent is more vulnerable to climate change than any other, pointing out the inequality in the ways countries are impacted by biodiversity.
I am very pleased to announce that Nigeria is launching a ministerial alliance for nature finance alongside Liberia, Samoa, and Sierra Leone as part of the diversity-rich countries from the global south.
West Africa's lack of solution, he said, means that communities become poorer, food security jeopardized, and rural population forced to relocate, resulting in loss of livelihoods, security challenges, and sadly, a lot of time, loss of lives. The vision of Nigeria, he also explained, is to ensure that the world truly unites and respond as one. ECOWAS countries have reached a consensus to support the ambitious target of protecting 30% of land and ocean by 2030.
Nigeria, as a member of HAC, is mobilizing ECOWAS countries to launch a regional coordination process to map out our joint contribution to 30 by 30.
He believes countries must unite to ensure that calls for ambition for expansion of protected areas is matched with equal ambition. From Dubai, Charles Alpha, NTA News.
And back home, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is asking graduates of Senior Executive Course 45 of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPS, to deploy the knowledge acquired in providing innovative solutions to the country's emerging challenges. Now, this was contained in a message to the graduation ceremony of the course participants at the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPS, crew in Jos. Priscilla Grumnam reports.
These 97 senior executive course participants, drawn from the Nigerian Armed Forces, Nigerian Police, paramilitary, public and private sectors, have gone through the rigors of research and strategic thinking towards contributing to national development. In the course of the 10-month study, which revolves around the theme Industrialization, Energy, Security and Climate Change in Nigeria, Issues, Challenges and Prospects, participants embarked on visits to relevant institutions in 7 states of the Federation, 6 African countries, and 6 countries outside Africa.
I feel ready to take on the world, just as the motto of the National Institute reads, towards a better society.
I feel fulfilled, having gone through a lot of learning.
We are going to make the society better.
President Tinubu, represented by the Minister of Transportation, says the theme of the study fits into the policy thrust of the present administration. As such, government is committed to working closely with participants in implementing research findings for the country's rapid growth.
Our very strong desire is for all government interventions to work towards improving national security, economy, agriculture, power, oil and gas, transportation, education, health and digital economy, among others.
Professor Etanibi Alemika, in a lecture titled Security Challenges and Security Governance in Nigeria, cites the multiple and complex security challenges confronting Nigeria.
We should be focusing on why are people not getting education? Why are people not getting jobs? Why are people not getting healthcare? Why people are not able to realize their aspiration?
Unity of purpose is basic and most important. We must take ownership of Nigeria.
We need to see your Midas touch in our offices, in governance.
And when you go back into the society, you must make that difference.
Graduates were treated to a banquet as part of activities to round off the graduation. In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
And the Nigerian Navy has taken delivery of 12 new comms-track system CTS, aviation and manned aerial vehicles to enhance its air operations and effectively secure the nation's maritime domain. Now, Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, who inducted the equipment at the Naval Air Base in Ojo, says it will increase the Navy's surveillance capabilities in fulfillment of national security interest. Amaka reports.
In recent time, recapitalization of naval assets, particularly the deployment of technology, has become a regular but strategic effort targeted at strengthening the nation's maritime security and defense capabilities. The introduction of these advanced unmanned aerial vehicles to its already existing air assets is a further demonstration of its commitment to the defense of the Nigerian maritime domain. Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, represented, said the state-of-the-art equipment will assist in curtailing illegalities within the Nigerian Navy's area of responsibility, adding that 5 new helicopters will be acquired in the first quarter of 2024 to increase surveillance.
These drones will be integrated into our existing maritime domain awareness infrastructure, and pilots have been trained on it, and also engineers have also been trained on the maintenance.
In an era where innovation is a key driver of the global defense industry, acquisition of cutting-edge equipment is necessary to respond to any potential security threats. The UAVs are equipped with sensors, communication systems, and precision-guided capabilities.
These UAVs will play a crucial role in enhancing your naval capabilities and ensuring the safety and security of your waters.
This ceremony also witnessed the adoption of a revised local operating procedures and training order for the officers of the Naval Air Base towards ensuring safety and risks reduction in air operations. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
And more widows of police fallen heroes have been recognized and appreciated by the Ministry of Police Affairs. Now, during an empowerment program for the widows and other vulnerable members of the police in Abuja, the Minister of State Police Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, said the program was to actualize the renewed hope police agenda. Francis Form tells us more.
These are the widows of police officers and men who paid the supreme price in the line of duty, being empowered with sewing and grinding machines, dryers and other tools for self-reliance. The joy in their faces knows no bound, as they all have some words of appreciation for the wife of the IGP.
We are very happy that we thank God that may God bless IG wife.
And she remember us. May Almighty Father be with our family.
Thanks to our father, which is the IG and the power president, for what they have done by improving their lives in diverse ways and also giving them opportunity where there is no hope.
For the wife of the IGP, the goal is not only to provide assistance to them, but also to lay a foundation of sustainable empowerment that resonates with the lives of the widows.
Our women of wisdom deserve more than sympathy. They deserve active support.
Minister of State for Police Affairs assured POA and encouraged them to continue to make sacrifices for humanity.
Under Mr. President's watch, you will see a lot of this happen.
We not only celebrate our shared commitment to unity, but also embrace the responsibility to uplift those who have faced the harsh realities of loss.
About 400 widows of police officers who paid the supreme price, including the less privileged police families, were empowered by POA. Francis from NTA News.
Excellent there. Sustainable empowerment should be the way to go. Now, in other news, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, says it intercepted 12 consignments of cocaine belonging to members of a drug trafficking organization at the Akanu International Airport, Enugu, on Saturday, December 9, 2023. Now, a 44-year-old businessman, Augustine Emeka, who claims he deals in copper wire, was also arrested at the airport upon his arrival from Douala, Cameroon. In a related development, NDLE operatives at Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, arrested a fleeing suspect, Onyejuwa Prince Ifeanyi, following seizure of a UK-bound 20 kilograms of cannabis consignment concealed in tomato paste tins at the Sako shed linked to him. Now, in the same vein, a 45-year-old Beninois, Jamila Fatiu, at the Buteru jetty in Lagos Island, was also arrested with 398 bottles of codeine cough syrup on her way to Seme-Border. Meanwhile, in Katsina State, NDLE operatives acting on intelligence disrupted a pre-wedding ceremony drug abuse competition in a community popularly known as Shola Quarters, arrested 25 youths participating in the drug party and the groom. And in another raid, operatives in Anambra State intercepted a truck with 5,612 bottles of codeine-based syrup, 57,800 capsules of tramadol, and 5,100 ampoules of pentazocine injection. All involved, including the driver, have been taken into custody. 2 ladies were also arrested on Saturday, December 9, with 15.8503 kilograms of cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, and cannabis sativa in Umobu, Nobi, and Onitsha, respectively. At least 3 suspects were arrested in different parts of Kaduna, with cannabis recovered, and a Nigerian from Niger Republic was also arrested with 34 kilograms of cannabis sativa along Abuja Kaduna Highway. In Kogi, Borno, Ondo, and Anambra States, thousands of ampoules of pentazocine injection, bales of tramadol tablets, and diazepam were recovered. Now, one 29-year-old Nabuike Christian was nabbed with 46,000 tabs of diazepam, 4,900 pills of tramadol, and 6,000 ampoules of pentazocine injection at Gwagwalada area of the FCT in Abuja, while commending the officers and men of the AIIA and MMIA, Katsina, Anambra, Kaduna, Kogi, Borno, Ondo, and FCT commands, as well as those of seaports operations for the arrests and seizures for the past week. Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Marwa, retired, urges them to maintain the offensive action tempo while creating a balance with their drug demand reduction efforts. 18 persons traveling in an articulated truck loaded with goods lost their lives, with 27 injured along Kaduna-Abuja Expressway. Correspondent Dauda Mohammed reports that as a result of this, Court-Martial Federal Road Safety Corps Dauda Alibiu orders immediate setting up of a joint task force to target vehicles carrying goods and persons.
In a statement by the Federal Road Safety Corps to reverse the trend of conveying passengers with goods and animals, the Corps Marshal Dauda Alibiu directed the immediate setting up of a joint task force to embark on special patrols to discourage the transportation of persons and animals in articulated trucks. The recent accident, which occurred at Audu Jangom village, kilometer 40 along Kaduna-Abuja Expressway, involved an articulated truck conveying goods with 65 persons. Preliminary investigations, according to the Sector Commander, Kaduna Sector Command, Corps Commander Kabir Yusuf Nadabu, who spoke off camera, indicates that overloading, overspeeding, leading to loss of control are probable causes of the accident. 27 of the injured are presently receiving treatment at St. Gerard Hospital, Kaduna. The driver of the articulated truck is alleged to have fled the scene after the accident. Dauda Mohammed, NTA News.
In keeping with its corporate social responsibility, Zenith Bank PLC has continued to distinguish itself with activities capable of putting smiles on the faces of people in its operational environment. And this is demonstrated through initiatives dedicated to fostering, nurturing and empowering the Nigerian child. Diana Ajale reports that one of such is the bank's annual Christmas Youth Parade.
Initiated 15 years ago to bring children and parents together to bond, network and catch fun with each other after a stressful period with other personal activities, is what Zenith Bank PLC, a financial institution, has prided itself in doing continuously, reminding Lagosians Christmas is just around the corner.
This is a way of giving back to the society. It's one of our CSR stuff that we do here. This is the 15th edition of the Zenith Christmas Youth Parade.
There is life ahead of us. Let's begin to move towards life. Let's begin with hope.
This year's Zenith Bank's Christmas Youth Parade tagged to life. Group Managing Director described as a unique one, coming after the restriction of large gathering by government for more than a year as part of measures to curb the spread of COVID-19 pandemic in Nigeria.
We are happy about the fact that this platform provides an opportunity for us to create a linkage and connection with the youth. We continue to preach the fact that education is important. We would like to encourage the youth to pay particular attention to education, to showing all those social vices.
Targeted mainly to put smiles on the faces of children, Zenith Christmas Youth Parade is an initiative designed to engage the Nigerian child constructively during the festive season.
It is a place where children can catch fun, play a lot.
Several Nigerian musical artists trick the audience with their energetic performances. The children were introduced to different fun activities such as train ride, dance and many more.
On behalf of every child present here today, I say a very big thank you to the management of Zenith Bank PLC.
Zenith Bank Christmas Youth Parade is one event the children look forward to annually. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
And following the delivery of the first cargo of 950,000 barrels of crude oil to the Dangote Refining Company, the National Orientation Agency, NOA, has applauded the commitment of the company and the federal government to restarting local production of petroleum products in Nigeria. In a statement, NOA says supply from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPCL, is a major breakthrough for the country after many years of importation with attendant supply hiccups, corruption and detrimental impact of high foreign exchange demand on the economy. Director General of the agency, Lanre Onilu, in a congratulatory message to the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, the NNPCL and Dangote Refining Company, said the breakthrough is a cheering news that underscores the resolve of government in Nigeria's progress towards economic stability and prosperity. The Director General said he is optimistic that the Dangote Refining Company, the biggest in Africa, will become a major player in the petroleum production and supply chain in Africa and also help to tackle the many problems affecting the sector, including sustainable product pricing in the country. And former President Muhammadu Buhari placed a call to General Theophilus Yakubu Danjuma, TY, to felicitate with him on his 86th birthday and especially thank him for his great service to the nation. Now, in the words of the former president, TY, as Chief of Army Staff, built an army that was ready to execute combat operations day and night, at home and abroad, and at all times displayed the soldierly spirit of valor and indomitable courage. Now, the former president wishes T.Y. Danjuma many more years of service to humanity as he builds on his legacy of contributions to public causes and welfare of the underprivileged. All right, time to talk sports now. And champions Enyimba claim bragging rights over Abia Warriors in the Nigeria Premier Football League as big spending Chelsea are beaten again by Luton. We have details with Badi Adeleye on Sports Update.
Enyimba International recorded a 2-1 win over Abia Warriors in a match the 13th encounter of the Nigeria Premier Football League played Sunday at the Enyimba Stadium. One goal in each half gave the People's Elephants the win in the Abia Derby. In other results, Remo Stars reclaimed the top spot in the league with a convincing 2-0 win.
Great ball into the box at this time! Remo Stars get the second!
In Benin City, Benjamin Tanimu's 4th-minute strike was all Bendel Insurance needed to see off Sunshine Stars 1-0. Gombe United beat Heartland 2-0, while Niger Tornadoes lost 2-3 at home to Plateau United. In the meantime, Tudunwada FC on Saturday emerged winners of the Nigeria Nationwide League One Super Cup after defeating Palm Syrup 7-2 at the Buhari Stadium, Abuja. Tunduwada got an 18-seater bus for their victory.
We already put it in mind that we are coming here to take the cup home because the way we train and the way we play matches at home.
Meanwhile, April the 13th, 2024 has been chosen as the kickoff date for the NLO 2023-2024 season. NLO clubs agreed on the date during the annual general meeting in Abuja Saturday.
We are grateful to the executive committee of the country's apex football organ for giving NLO the conducive environment for football to flourish at the grassroots level.
In England, Manchester City got their first victory in a month as they recorded a 2-1 comeback win over Luton Town in the Premier League on Sunday. Everton handed Chelsea a 2-0 defeat, while Fulham followed up their thumping midweek 5-0 win over Nottingham Forest by thrashing West Ham United by the same margin. Back home, the organizing committee of the 2023 ECOWAS Abuja International Marathon have assured on delivering an international standard marathon come December the 16th.
It's ECOWAS' own way of supporting the community and then encouraging participation in sports.
The marathon is in two categories of half marathon and the 10-kilometer road race. With sports update, Badi Adeleye, NTA News.
And time for us now to check the weather forecast for Monday. And so let's visit our weather center.
Welcome to the weather forecast. Dust was raised over Niger Republic, and with the trajectory of the winds is expected to give dust haze to Sokoto, Zamfara, Kebbi and Katsina by Monday. The remaining parts of the north and the north central should remain dry and sunny. The southern half of the country is expected to be sunny with patches of cloud and prospect of late morning into afternoon thunderstorms to parts of Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Delta, Bayelsa, Edo, and Ebonyi State. And that's our bit from here. I'm Sefia Seyinusa. Thank you for watching.
All right, and that's the news from here in Abuja. We thank you for watching. Don't forget, when the nights become cooler and animals begin to hibernate, then we know these are signs that the year is coming to an end. But what does Jennifer have for us tonight? Don't go away. She'll return in just a moment.
Thanks for being there. We started the program a bit different today. That's why you didn't see me earlier. So now for NewsLine proper. Niger Bridge is iconic, a masterpiece of engineering and the gateway to the south and out. Yet, the bridge is also a symbol of life struggles for children and youth who believe there is livelihood in the unrelenting traffic in that area. Hamis Rogo reports that it is a dangerous life that provides no guarantees. How and why? Let's find out.
Bridge, Lagos Asaba and Onitsha is a beautiful landmark, always connecting all of Nigeria to all of the eastern part of the country, or all of the east, the rest of Nigeria. It is a traffic hub, but it has something significant about it. You find hundreds of children here hawking, risking their lives along vehicles or moving traffic, not fearing in the world, not caring about their lives, trying to sell one thing or two. And you know what? For how much? And for what worth?
Perhaps no bridge across the country is as symbolic as Niger Bridge between Asaba and Onitsha. Literally and figuratively, it is also at the crossroads. Every passing day, thousands of vehicles transit across this bridge to all parts of the country. It happens that children and youth in their schools find the foot of the bridge very fertile to hawk. Traffic at the bridge becomes so dense and creates bottlenecks which suit the hawkers. This is even more so as Onitsha is a massive business hub that sees thousands of visitors from all over the country and beyond daily. It is also the gateway to all of southern Nigeria. The story is, this hawking business at the foot of the bridge is potentially dangerous. Several hawkers were known to have been crushed here, sometimes to eternity. It does nothing to stop them. There are several other concerns as well. What they mostly sell is not worth the risk they take. The business also takes a toll in their lives because many missed out on school. Many of them are migrants from other states also, and their soul is so embedded to the trade they do, they won't hear stop, they won't hear school, or they won't hear a better deal.
How much are you getting from this every day?
By God's grace, today get 50,000, 40, 30.
Every day?
Yeah.
Every day?
Yeah.
From this?
Yes. Yes, now ask people now. Ask my colleague.
So do you plan to go back to school?
Yes.
Okay. What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat?
It's because of unemployment, and we are working this so that we can feed our family. Any day that we didn't work it, we will not feed.
Any day you don't work, you don't go eat?
Yes.
Have you been to school before?
Yes, I've been to school. In fact, I'm in my final year in secondary school.
Final year? Why do you stop going to school?
Because I want to hustle for my work money.
Well, I have a little young friend here, Daniel. Well, I think he is too young to be thrown to the wild world of this street, where trailers and every kind of vehicle are moving at a very breakneck speed. It is a very dangerous place to be for a young man like Daniel here. But he's there hawking water. Daniel, you do not go to school?
Yes.
What happened you don't go to school?
My parents didn't have money to put me to school.
Your parents do not have money to put you to school?
Yes.
Okay.
We are suffering.
You are suffering? Your papa does not work?
Yes. I'm selling this thing so that we'll be feeding ourselves. We are using this thing to manage our life.
You are using what? The water? Is it not water you're selling?
Yes, it's the water.
How much water did you sell today?
I'm not selling anymore.
There are tens of children here who said they are the breadwinners of their family too early. No school, not fully matured, and no decisive vision for the future. One only wish that it is not a future lost.
Now, the Anambra State government and federal government, a call for action. Economic activities in Kebbi South is picking up after 3 years of banditry and kidnapping activities in the area. Correspondent Abdul Jalil Muhammad Bawa visited the popular Bina market in Danko Wasagu local government area of Kebbi State and brought back the story.
Bina Market is one of the largest rice markets in Kebbi South, which attracts people from neighboring states of Sokoto, Zamfara, and Niger State. The nefarious activities of kidnappers and bandits in the area led to massive relocation of people patronizing the market, thereby crippling its socio-economic activities. The intervention of the federal and state government through timely security interventions has yielded positive result, as the people are not only sleeping in the comfort of their homes with their two eyes closed, but Bena Market has begun to revive its lost glory.
Before, I used to come to Bena Market every day, but due to insecurity almost 3 years, I can't visit my relatives. But now, alhamdulillah, the situation is okay. Now everything is okay, because over 3 years, we cannot drive to Kotonkoro Road. One has to drive through Kontagura to arrive here, but now we have seen for ourselves everything is okay.
Although the security before is taking a positive toll on the development of the community like Oliver Twist, the people want more.
In our village, we border with Zamfara State, and there is need to dislodge all the bandit camps around Bagega, Kawai, Sabon Birni, Dohua, and Diko. Security of the poor masses lies on them, but kudos with what we are seeing now.
The member representing Damkosagu is at the State House of Assembly, Muhammad Garba Bena, thought the community was going into extinction, but thank God for the government timely intervention.
He pleaded with the governor that all the routes be blocked by security men. He answered our call by blocking the first one, that is Southern Fat, which is bordering Niger. And then as a result of that blockage, now the people of Ayu, Yawuri, Shanga, and Ingeski are very safe, including Sakaba local government.
History has been made, and the people are hopeful that they will never abandon their homes and livelihood ever again, especially due to kidnapping and banditry.
Good development there, but more needs to be done, just like the people have said. Now, the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, consistently prides itself as an organization that largely supports and promotes the Nigerian brand and contents. Once again, its role in this respect has not gone unnoticed, as the NTA was honored as Nollywood's most supportive media organization by the Actors Guild of Nigeria, FCT. Ekene Ndulio was at the Actors Gala Awards night in Abuja. Ekene, over to you.
A night of fun and entertainment. The Actors Guild of Nigeria has had a good year in the FCT and is sharing a memorable night to end the year with members and supporters. The performing artists did not disappoint the guests with the comedy shows and musical performances.
And person will not eat tracks for occasion, decoration, maybe fine for an eye.
And then came the awards for the most outstanding brands.
Congratulations to NTA!
The Director General of NTA, Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, was on stage as NTA was honored as Nollywood's most supportive media organization.
I think this is a very big loss, and you also not very well that Nollywood today is the best in the world and continue to move and get a part of the funding development.
Young Edochie went home with the Most Rugged Actor Award, while Desire Chukudolue emerged the Best Child Actor at 13 years. For the executives of the FCT branch, Actors Guild of Nigeria, their dream is to make Abuja a film city, and they are already recording gains in that aspect.
Now, in the last 1 year, we had a camp out where we brought the best film directors like Toka McBaron, Papel, to come and teach the actors. And on account of that camp out, we are bringing out good actors who have been releasing good content.
For the very first time, we have a full-fledged ministry, standalone ministry for the creative sector. I think that is a very good sign of things to happen.
There is still a lot to do.
Congratulations.
And I thank God that we've got the human resources needed to take the industry to any level that we can ever dream about. And Thank God we have supportive organizations like the Nigerian Television Authority.
The association says it has many projects lined up for the coming year and is hopeful of collaborations with the government to further expand the creative industry.
And indeed, you cannot talk about the history of Nollywood without mentioning the NTA. So we'll continue to encourage the Nigerian brand. We'll take some messages. NewsLine will continue shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and time for more honors. It was a celebration of hard work and perseverance when management of the National Examination Council, NECO, took time off to celebrate diligence among its staff. Students and schools from across Nigeria who have distinguished themselves in academic prowess were also honored. Fatima Aliyo is standing by with highlights of the maiden Annual Productivity Award ceremony held in Minna.
In a serene and relaxed atmosphere, the management of the National Examination Council hosted NECO staff, students, and representatives of citadels of learning, which consistently distinguished itself in all examinations conducted by NECO in 2022 and 2023. Okafor Kristen of St. Paul's Academy, Jos, Plateau State, who graduated with 9 A's in his 2023 senior secondary school examination, was recognized as the overall best student, while Akintola Samuel of the Apostolic Church Model Academy, Ibadan, and Onoche Francis Chimamada of Igbinejon Education Center, Benin City, were honored as the overall best students in the Basic Education Certificate Examination, BASE, male and female categories.
I feel very excited and honored to receive this award, which has spawned me to do great arts in future and study hard in future.
Hard work always pays. You always have to have a motivation and then work hard towards that motivation. Look towards your goal and don't let anything shift your focus. And with God's help, you will reach your goal.
I feel on top of the world and I'm so happy. And I'm grateful to my parents.
This award is presented by National Examination Council to the school for producing the best students in Nigeria.
Also celebrated were the best staff in all departments across NECO offices in the country, awarded for contributing to the success story of the council. The initiative, management of the examination body say, is to recognize hard work, academic excellence, and dedication to duty with a view to adding value to the education sector. To sustain the award of excellence, NECO has indicated interest to the national awards to a greater level by instituting a scholarship for the best candidates in all the categories of its examination, including the best candidates in national gifted examinations, as well as Registrar's Award for Excellence.
You have to do better than what you have done now. Good competition, devoid of bitterness, but able to show you prove you can do.
I look around to see that there is need for us to institute something very tangible that will motivate staff. Everybody applauded the concept of productivity award.
NECO will become the foremost national examination body in Nigeria. Our guide will be international best practices.
This is one examination body in Nigeria, in Africa, that you can verify results from wherever you are. This is really commendable.
As part of activities lined up to celebrate NECO's feat in novelty football and volleyball matches were also held to round off the milestone of the national examination body.
Well done, NECO. To celebration in another way. At 60, man can be said to begin another cycle of life. And for the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, turning 61 calls for more service to fatherland. Clement Barikwe is set to tell us how Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo became a mecca of some sort as Nigerians thronged the facility to identify with the Senate President.
It all began on a lighter note, not until the wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu, the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and others arrived at the stadium, triggering an eruption of excitement.
We are blessed to have you.
In his usual character, Senator Akpabio went around the stadium, receiving ovations from the joyous people who came to witness the uncommon birthday and homecoming. For the visitors who may not have had the opportunity to savor the best of Akwa Ibom culture, an opportunity unveiled itself as there were enough to keep them glued to their seats, and indeed they came in their numbers. The cultural attires, drums, and dance steps permeate corners of the stadium, while on stage were songs of praises to God for the life of the Senate President. In fact, it was a good mixture of beliefs. The cake ceremony, as coordinated by no other high-profile personality than the wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu, was one delightful part of the homecoming event.
Give me a J, give me a T, give me an S, give me a U, give me an S, and what is that name? Jesus Christ. God bless you.
Excited about the turnout by members of the National Assembly, governors, among other members of the political class, Senator Akpabio and wife Ekaite promised more service to fatherland.
I'm truly humbled by your unwavering faith in me. Each day I aspire to be the voice of the voiceless, not just in my senatorial district, not just in Akwa Ibom, but also in Nigeria.
The birthday and homecoming of the Senate President may have ended, but the event speaks volumes of the harmonious relationship between the executive and the legislative arms of government in Nigeria. At least, the birthday celebration had no political divide, as it was time to celebrate the man that sits at the helm of Nigeria's Senate.
We say happy birthday again to the Senate President. It was a reunion of note when members of the 33rd Passing Out Platoon of the Nigerian Military School Zaria converged on Ilori, Kwara State for a retreat. The then military boys are now big men, but the discipline and the spirit of patriotism acquired in the school still radiate as they send messages of love and peaceful coexistence in the country. Raliat Ibrahim reports that it was a delight watching the ex-boys recapture the days of yore.
Like many Nigerian children, this set of students was admitted to the NMS Zaria from different parts of the country 33 years ago. After graduating from the school, they did not allow their differences in religion and ethnicity to deter them from coming together for the betterment of their alma mater and Nigeria.
The motto of the Nigerian military school is knowledge, discipline, and patriotism. If there is no patriotism, then how do you uphold and do for your country what is expected?
I also employ that all other schools should also have alma mater that will take care of their schools, not taking the responsibility of the school authorities in doing what they are supposed to do, but to form like a form of intervention to see that these schools maintain the standards which were taught, and we still want to leave behind to the young ones coming behind.
Nigerians should begin to take their minds off religion, tribe, whatever affiliation. What is important is that we must move forward as a country.
We are stronger together. Our diversity, right? Our unique cultural diversity in this country is our strength. And I think that's the message that we are hoping to pass to everybody.
Another reason for the retreat is to deliberate on how to turn around the infrastructural gap in the 69-year-old Nigerian military school Zaria. To recall fully their days of little beginning, of course, the ex-boys cannot leave out the parade. Members of the 33rd Personal Platoon Alumni Association also paid a homage to the palace of the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Ibrahim Zulu Gambari, to seek royal blessings. Their wives were with them at the retreat, and as their contributions, they presented items to children at the Kwara State Children Reception Center. The Nigerian Military School was established in 1954 by the then British government.
A case of boys to men indeed. And time for us to pay more bills. See you soon. Welcome back. And to a cultural competition, the 3-day international horse racing marking the 18th anniversary of the 20th Emir of Gwandu, Muhammad Ilyasu Bashir, on the throne has ended. Contestants within and outside the country showcased professionalism and talents during the competition. It is quite impossible for our correspondent Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bauer to miss the competition. So, Abdul Jalil, tell us about it.
Competitors from neighboring states and abroad converged on Birnin Kebbi race course, fought for 2,000-mile horse speed. During the exercise, participants were eager to win the notable cups of Sultan Saad Abubakar and Alhaji Yahya Bakr Esunubi, as well as the Kauram Gondu cups. June Lucas is from Philippines and Muhammad Hayatuddin Musa from Niger Republic wouldn't miss the competition for anything in the world.
I was so very fortunate to witness the horse racing here in Birnin Kebbi.
For a while, this is almost 35 years I've been participating in horse racing, and we always travel from Nigeria to Niger Republic to Burkina Faso to Cameroon, all the neighboring West African countries, even as far as South Africa.
The President General Horse Racing Federation, Alhaji Yahya Abubakar Esunubi, satisfied with the performance of the participants, thanked those who contributed to the success of the competition. He did not hesitate to ask the Kebbi State government to name the Birnin Kebbi racecourse after the 18th Emir of Gwandu, Muhammad Ilyasu Bashir.
I'm really amazed with what I saw in Kebbi. The Emir of Gwandu worth the celebration because he is a man of virtue and integrity. We will continue to support traditional institutions so as to preserve our culture and tradition.
He has been a father. He's a mover of people. He loved the people. I knew him for the past 30-something years now, from January, Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs.
Dignitaries at the event include former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, first-class traditional rulers, government officials, among others. Prizes of cars, motorcycles, and cash were presented to the overall winners of the different categories.
I just love horses, so each time I see celebrations like that with the horses, my attention is usually more on the horses. Great event there. Now, not done with celebrations. Family, friends, and associates of Dr. Musa Aliyu joined him in celebrating one of the memorable moments of his life and career, having been conferred with the title of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN. The wonderful thing about the celebrant is that he is a son to a late Sharia court judge, a sibling to a high court judge, and to another who is a professor of law and senior advocate as well. So you see, law is in his blood, you may say. Ibrahim Bello Gunda captures the moment the new ICPC chairman was welcomed to the most prestigious title in the legal profession.
And uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria. The conferment of the prestigious title of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN, on Dr. Musa Adam Aliyu did not come as a surprise to those he came across in the course of his career. a legal practitioner, and immediate past Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Jigawa State. He served both Governor Badaru and the incumbent before being appointed ICPC chairman, a member of distinguished body of benches, member legal education, and a member of the NTA among other responsibilities. Friends, family, and associates decided to honor him with a reception attended by the governors of Gombe and Edo, the Minister of Defense, Emir of Dutse and Lafia, as well as justices among other personalities from all walks of life.
Continue to be the Musa we know. Continue to be that honest man, that hardworking man, that loyal man, and God will continue to help.
I have no doubt in my mind that this recognition is going to spur you on to greater heights.
I have no doubt you will perform and you will make us all proud. You will make Nigeria proud, you will make Jigawa State proud.
This will be a stepping stone for him to continue to develop this country, to continue to assist, to continue to render services to the motherland.
Obey the tenets of your law profession. Set example, because you find that younger lawyers will be looking up to you, now that you're a son.
He's a man of integrity, he's a very courageous man. Whatever he was doing in Jigawa, they make them to see him fit to take this position. He should just do more.
He's a very good person, very intelligent and a principled person. So we are so happy and I have confidence in him.
We hope and pray for him to succeed like he has succeeded in other endeavors.
We're happy. We are appreciative of all those who turn out to come and celebrate this event.
For the celebrant, it's a moment of praise and submission to Allah for his blessings.
I'm now looking at this huge responsibility, and I promise by the grace of Almighty Allah, I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability, and I will lead by example, I will work with integrity.
Alhamdulillah, I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide and protect him.
Born in Garki, 45 years old Dr. Musa Adamu Aliyu hails from Birnin Kudu in Jigawa State and is blessed with one wife and 2 children.
Congratulations. Let's take our last commercials. We'll be back. Welcome back. Media practitioners have been tasked to emulate the good work of media icons and uphold ethics of the profession. This was re-echoed by speakers at the annual milestone recognition of media icons in Nigeria, organized by the Lagos Council of the Nigeria Union of Journalists. Diana Ajale reports that a one-time Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission and a retired NTA staff, Danladi Bako, was among those recognized at the second edition.
They are always on the fence, day in, day out, sourcing for that which the public ought to know. Journalists, the fourth estate of the realm, saddled with the responsibility of gathering, processing, and dissemination of information at all times.
Sometimes we even stay overnight. I used to stay overnight because I could edit my tapes, I could edit my productions better when the place is quiet.
The efforts and contributions of these great men and women within the media space is not in vain, as they are being celebrated by the Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ.
These are people that work around the clock, ensuring that the system works. Without the media, there is no democracy. Without the media, there is no government. It's necessary that we begin to recognize our media icons.
They are true icons, pioneers, achievers, record setters and record breakers who have not only made their personal mark in the industry, but also raised generations of successful professionals.
Like other award recipients, a renowned journalist who has served in several positions within the media space, including a former presenter with the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Danladi Bako expressed his view this way.
When your colleagues, professional colleagues recognize you, it tells you that you have done, well. For me, it's one of the biggest recognitions I've got, irrespective of the national ones that I have, my Officer of the Order of Niger, my other traditional titles. This one is very special.
A total of 17 Nigerians who have made their marks as media icons were recognized at the event, amongst whom Are Ekpo, Professor Raf Akinfeleye, Grace Achu, Dugbe Ajayi Gbadebo, Nojim Jimo, and Senator Chris Anyanwu.
I feel very, very great that I've been counted among the icons.
And I dedicate this, my award, to such level of suffering journalists. For the upcoming media professionals, I'm encouraging them, in spite of the fact that things are this way and that, they should not lose hope.
Keynote speaker, Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, represented advised journalists to shun fake news and promote peace in their reportage.
The media to reposition itself and become the vanguard for the defense of democracy in Nigeria.
We are honoring the
former governor of Ogun State, Olusegun Oshoba, also chipped in his words of advice.
That they should read through those that have been recognized today and emulate the great contribution they made.
The theme of the event is the place of icons and role models in national development, the NUJ Milestone Awards in perspective.
Icons worth emulating indeed. And on that note, we end Newsline for today. Thank you for being a part of it. Keep a date with us Sunday next week. Good night and God bless Nigeria.